Hey guys, it's Tim and this is Wrestling Unlimited as it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. This camera's a little off tilt. There we go, fixed it a little bit. Now, I don't know what's going on. I'm having some sort of a internet connection issue, maybe. I don't know. I'm running at good speed. Well, not good speeds. I'm running at good enough speeds as far as my upload does go for this internet. So if the stream does buffer, let me know. But I don't know what the actual issue is per se. We're going to power through. We're going to talk about SmackDown, and we're going to go into everything that took place, on tonight's pretty good episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I wouldn't call it a great episode, but I'd say tonight's SmackDown was pretty dang good. I enjoyed it. I will say that for sure. So let me just fix a few things here. And with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I'm going to lower this camera down a little bit. There we go. Also, you can help us out over on YouTube by hitting that subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. If you also want to support another way, you can support as a channel member. Just hit that join button to do so. Now, becoming a channel member, you can subscribe at just the $1 tier. And we greatly appreciate your support. Whether you do that here on YouTube or at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming one of the free games, they're getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys. Use this code. Well, it's not on the screen because I haven't got that working right for some reason. Use our code PW Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Right now, the free game is The Falconeer, which is a great game. So fun. I would recommend going and claiming that for free on the Epic Game Store and using our code PWU and LIMITE. But with that, as far as SmackDown does go tonight, the show opened up with a shot of Toronto as Corey Graves welcomes everyone to the show. They show Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes walking backstage. A photo of Paul Heyman being powerbombed through the announce table last week was also shown as Jey Uso's music reigns and opens up the show. And I go, hold the phone. Jey Uso? What the hell's the Raw guy out here tonight? And then we quickly realized, oh, all the Money in the Bank men are going to be out here tonight. Okay. But I really wish, he's a Raw guy. I wish they would have opened it with a SmackDown guy, yeah. He should have came out first, LA Knight. Just saying. Also, missed the Zoom chat. What Zoom chat? We never had no Zoom chat. Anyways, if you hear it, I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. Neighbors still lighting off fireworks. So, this was, I guess you would say, by the numbers. One guy comes out, the next guy comes out and talks down to him, and then the next guy comes out and talks down to him, and this and that, until all the men for Money in the Bank are out there. At least this time, they didn't have them all, sitting on ladders like they did that one year. With, Jericho and KO and all them. Anywho. So, Jey Uso comes out first. And there's yeet chants throughout the Scotiabank Arena. Jey made a joke about being let into Canada, because before he wasn't. And it would have been funnier if he didn't make the joke earlier in the day at the Money in the Bank press event, which I didn't even know was happening. When did they announce that goddamn thing? The kickoff show. When did they announce that? I didn't know about it. Anywho, LA Knight comes out rather quickly. And he scooted down to the ring with a purpose. This man was told, get out there now. Crowd chanted LA Knight's name before Knight spoke to them. He said, let me talk to ya. Knight said that Jey was the odds-on favorite to win Money in the Bank, and how Knight last year was the favorite to win the Money in the Bank match and didn't. Knight said that the way he'd show Jey respect tomorrow was by not showing him respect at all. Jay noted how tomorrow, all of Toronto will be saying yeah, and the two engaged in a stare down before Jay said yeet. Knight responded with yeah. Jay took off his sunglasses and said yeet. And then Knight took off his sunglasses, and then, well, Carmelo Hayes came out. Hayes came out and said, I'm that guy. And Toronto did not want to hear that at all. He said they also don't want to hear from the yeet and yeah. And he got booed. Hayes said that last time he saw Knight, his head was up Logan Paul's behind. Hayes said to call out Jay, or Hayes tried to call out Jay, but Chad Gable's music would hit and Gable would walk to the ring as well. Gable said that he's living in his own personal hell for the last couple of weeks. The crowd then started chanting, "You suck." Gable talked about how the Wyatt Six were after him for reasons he doesn't even understand. Once Gable made it to the ring, Andrade's music came out, and Andrade walked down to the ring with the microphone. Also, Andrade's hair tonight was just amazing looking. His hair was flowing down. It looked like he had some highlights to it. I don't know what Andrade did, but his hair was looking good. No speed title, though. Also, speaking of speed, they did a speed match tonight with, who was it? It was Baron Corbin and somebody doing speed. Like two guys you wouldn't have expected. Hold on, let me look it up real fast. It was Baron Corbin and Angelo Dawkins doing a speed match. Wouldn't have expected that one. So, where was I? Andrade came out. Now, nowhere, Drew's music hit before Andrade can say anything. Drew walked out with a fairly impressive pop from the crowd. The crowd then immediately started chanting for CM Punk. Drew said he expected better from Canada and noted how Punk's family is always with him due to the bracelet he stole. Drew said that the violence that he inflicted on Punk will be inflicted upon everybody tomorrow at Money in the Bank. Drew then called Andrade El Idiot as he walked to the ring. Drew said that he feels bad for Gable. Drew said Melo has a bright future, but he is not him. Drew called out LA Knight and said it won't be yeah, instead it'll be no. Drew asked Jay how he got crossed the border anyway. And Andrade then attacked Drew, and things kind of broke down and everyone started brawling. Jay and Knight then teamed up on McIntyre to double clothesline him over the top rope. Knight and Uso then stood tall at the end of the segment. So yeah, kind of formulaic. One guy comes out, starts talking, and then gets interrupted. Another guy comes out, gets interrupted. Another guy comes out, gets interrupted, and then they fight. That's how it always is. They sometimes do it with the men, they sometimes do it with the women, but they always do that on one of the go-homes. They did it on Raw, so they did it tonight. Should have been expected. I should have known. For the back, Jackie Redmond's interviewing Bayley. Asked her about, what it takes to win Money in the Bank, because she's done so. Bayley said it's one of the most rewarding matches in WWE. Chelsea Green then showed up and said Bayley is irrelevant, and Bayley won't be the champion if Green hadn't been kicked out of Bayley's match against Piper Niven and Clash at the Castle. Then out of nowhere, she gets attacked by Piper Niven. Just out of nowhere, thrown into the road cases and beat down. Bayley was then shown coming out of Nick Aldis's office, and it turns out, well, Bayley asked for a match with Piper Niven later tonight. I'm just like, really? We're going back to this? Come on. Then we got the Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly. And it's weird because they announced this match last week. Sorry, I punched the microphone. They announced this match last week. And then today on their website, no mention of this match at all. No advertising of the match, no promoting it on social media, nothing. They only had the women's tag and the tag title match all day. Then eventually they added the whole Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton will respond to the Bloodline thing. But this match was, for some reason, missing from the advertising on their website and the preview all day. So it's like, if this match was happening, why wasn't it promoted, So, where were we? Give me 1 second. I'm going to check something really fast. Looks like we're running smooth now, so I'm going to bump up these settings so the stream looks better for you guys and see if it kills anything. Let me know if we get any buffering or if it looks better here in the next 2 minutes or so. You should see changes here shortly. So, Montez Ford had the early advantage against Elton Prince. Dawkins tagged in, and the Profits landed a hip toss on Wilson, who had tagged in as well. Prince then fired up and tagged in before long and went after Dawkins, but Dawkins came back with a leaping elbow. Prince and Wilson then took Dawkins down with a series of moves before the show went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Prince was working over Dawkins, Wilson tagged in, and that's where Dawkins battled back, and the two found themselves in a makeshift headbutt. Dawkins then got the hot tag on Ford, who ran wild and took out both members of Pretty Deadly. Ford then landed a standing moonsault for a 2 on Prince. Ford then went to the top, but Prince cut him off. From there, Pretty Deadly hit a super duper plex, as they call it, on a Montez Ford. Dawkins then came off the top instantly onto Wilson and got a good near fall off of it. With Pretty Deadly on the outside, Ford landed one of his running flip dives, and then back inside, Wilson was the victim of Ford's big frog splash and pinned him to pick up the victory. Now, pretty good match, but it's like, Street Profits are back and they're just dead already. Street Profits are back and dead. Come on, really? Not Street Profits, Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly are back now and just dead. I would have expected a little more. I wish they would have won and then build them up for something. But I guess they got nothing for them. They just needed them to lose, which sucks. So as we move forward, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory was shown talking backstage. Waller was hyping up Theory, reminding him that Theory was being manipulated by Gargano, and Gargano means nothing to him. Waller said if they aren't on the same page, they need to catch up then. This then led to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Think about it. Other than Dexter Loomis, who is not on SmackDown, every other member that was ever involved in the way had a match tonight. Just saying. Candice, Indy, and then in this match, Candice and Indy together, and in the other match, Johnny and Austin against each other. There wasn't much to this match. It was a 4-minute match that we saw, and it was just there. Nothing special at all. Cargill had control once the match was joined in progress, which really sucks when you do that. It's like, come on. Can't even see how this match started. Give us something, you know. Quickly, LeRae and Hartwell had control and performed a double team move on Cargill. Hartwell gave Cargill a stiff elbow and posed before working on Cargill's arm. Ultimately, Hartwell and Cargill hit boots on each other, and both women went down with a double down spot. Belair then got the hot tag. It went after Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Belair then threw LeRae onto Hartwell and hit a springboard moonsault on LeRae. Cargill then tagged in, but LeRae rolled up Cargill for a near fall. Cargill then came back with the pump kick, and Cargill and Belair then hit their finishers on LeRae and Hartwell to pick up the victory. After the match, Kathy Kelly interviewed Belair and Cargill. Belair said their goal is to get back the tag titles. Cargill then chimed in and noted how it's inevitable that they get their titles back. The two then posed to end the segment. Again, this was nothing. Hype me up for nothing. I could care less about any of this. It's just like, it was very obvious that Jade and Bianca were going to win from the jump. Like, they're not going to get beat by Candice and Indy. And then they're just, oh, we got the tag titles back. It's inevitable. We get the tag titles back. Okay, cool. I don't know. To be honest, I'd rather see Jade versus Bianca instead of them teaming up. I get why they're having them team up. You know, Jade's learning a lot from Bianca and so forth and this and that. But it's like, I don't know. I kind of wish they would feud. Maybe eventually. Maybe leading into next year's Mania. But right now, it's like, meh. They did the thing. They won the tag titles. They lost the tag titles. Now move on. I'm over it. Then we got Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. And oh my God, Owens was just the best here. Holy crap. Cody starts things off and does the, so, Toronto. What do you want to talk about? Crowd erupts. Cody shouted out, we want to talk about Sami Zayn and friends last night. We can talk about the 16,000 of you that are here tonight for SmackDown. We can talk about Money in the Bank tomorrow and NXT Heatwave on Sunday. Cody said WWE in Toronto, well, they're, quote, just a good fit. Cody said everybody has heard enough from Solo Sikoa and the, quote, modern bloodline. Cody said that he and his buds are ready for a fight. Orton chimed in and said the fight will end with the 3 most dangerous letters in all sports and entertainment, RKO. Owens then took the mic and the crowd got loud. Owens started to talk. The crowd cut him off with the ole. Owens said on Monday he got a call from his dad and his mom had to be rushed to the hospital. Owens talked about how he had been by his mom's hospital bed all week watching her fight like hell. Owens said that his mom is still fighting like hell in her hospital bed. Didn't say what's exactly the issue, and he doesn't have to. That's personal. Owens then said that he could have stayed home and not been here tonight, but it would have been a problem for his mother. She would not have wanted him to miss the show. Owens recalled how his mom wanted him to go and leave it all in the ring. Owens said that if his mom knew he missed a show because of her, she'd be pissed. Owens said that his mom would want Owens to beat the Bloodline's asses more than ever before. Owens then slammed the microphone down to end the segment. It's like, boy, how do these guys lose now? Like, oh, buddy. Owens was great here in his delivery and just telling his story about his mom and his mom being in the hospital and all this. And it's just like, oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, I thought Bloodline maybe wins because we've seen, I don't know. I thought Bloodline wins because they're moving to Solo and Cody at SummerSlam. But now it's like, dang, I want to see Kevin Owens and his team win for his mama. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow is the show. 6-man tag. They aired a graphic on the screen tonight during this segment that showed Cody, Kevin, Randy on one side and showed Solo, Tamatonga, and Jacob Fatu with a smaller manager style, image of Tangaloa. So it looks like it is Jacob, which we expected, instead of Tangaloa as the third man for the Bloodline. Also, what do you guys think of Cody calling them the modern Bloodline? We have the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline or whatever, but Cody called them the modern Bloodline, which was an interesting take there. This then led to a Bayley versus Piper Niven match within almost 8 minutes. It was like 7 minutes, 45 seconds or so. And I was like, oh, this was cool. This was nice. This was good. Another way to show all the women in Money in the Bank, watching the champ who they might cash in on. They're all in the crowd at some, area watching. So they first show EL Sky watching from the audience. Niven had control early until Bayley worked a headlock and the action spilled to the floor. From there, Niven ran Bayley into the ring post and the show into a commercial break. Back from the break, they showed Zoe Stark and Lyra Valkyria in the crowd as well. Tiffany Stratton then walked down the aisle as the match continued to unfold. Inside the ring, Bayley worked a sleeper hold until Niven slammed Bayley to break things up, and the match reset. Money in the Bank women wrestlers brawled on the outside as things got a little bit chaotic, I guess you would say. Stratton then went to the top and hit a moonsault on everybody. Inside the ring, Niven went for a splash, but Bayley moved and landed a rose plant for the victory. Bayley then screamed something, and the camera kind of cut it out, so I'm not sure exactly. I think she swore. I think she said like fucking ass or something like that. I don't know exactly what she said. Nia Jackson appeared out of nowhere and took Bayley out after the match. She did it with the leg drop and all. Michin would then run out, clear the ring of Jax with a kendo stick. Bayley and Michin then stood tall as the segment ended. Now, this is leading to a match next week on Friday Night SmackDown, as we do know that it will be, let me just double check this. I think it's Michin and Nia, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, Michin and Nia next week on SmackDown. And then we also know, I guess Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews are a team now. Because next week is Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews against Angel Garza and Berto. Angel and Berto. Okay. Sure. We can do that. We could do that. Kind of a weird pairing, Corbin and Crews, but hey, whoever floats your boat, man. Then led to our main event. 8-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. This match ruled. I loved this match. It went just a little over 14 minutes. Not quite 14 and a half. I just knocked over my monster. But this match was great. All the callbacks, all the fun, all the mess, all the everything that we would want from this match. So things broke down pretty quickly early on as both teams brawled. Action spilled to the outside where Ciampa and Gargano hit stereo splashes, and the show went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Gargano had control over Theory with the help of distraction. Theory then elbowed Gargano and changed course of things. Waller tagged in and landed a splash on Gargano before working an armbar. Theory then tagged in and kept control over Gargano. The action spilled to the outside where Waller was taken out by a Cleveland Destroyer by Gargano. Back inside the ring, Gargano and Theory exchanged blows. Theory hit a neck breaker on Gargano and got a 2 off of it, actually. The show then went to its final commercial break of the night. When the show returned, and Gargano ran into a knee from Waller, and from there, Waller accidentally hit Theory, though. Remember, there's been some miscommunication between these two recently. In a great spot, though, DIY landed a shatter machine on Waller for a close near fall. The 4 wrestlers then brawled inside the ring as Gargano took the brunt of all the strikes. Ciampa then inserted himself with a backbreaker and tagged in Johnny, who then the 2 hit a meet in the middle. Waller then looked on from the outside, and right as it went 1, 2, he grabbed Theory's leg and put it on the ropes to break the hole, or break the pin. Gargano then did his great head scissors into a crossface, so smooth, way better than somebody in AEW that tries to do this move. Not going to say any names. You know what I'm talking about, who does it and it looks jank as shit. But when Johnny does the head scissors around and boom, right into the crossface, it looks so good. It looks so good. Waller was ultimately about to tap, but Theory ran in and grabbed the arm. Gargano then jumped in. Oh, no. Waller was about to tap. No. I think I wrote this wrong. Give me 1 second. I wrote this wrong. I did write this wrong. Hold on. Let me double check this. Who had who? I have it right here. It was... I thought I had it right here. Let me see. Let me see how I wrote this. Maybe I wrote it wrong. Okay, here we go. Waller looked on for the other. Gargano sunk in the crossface, and Ciampa did this. So Gargano sunk in the crossface on Waller after Theory stopped, and then Theory stopped him. Ciampa then ran in, sunk in the same on Theory, and ultimately they did the double tap out, just like when they won their first tag team championships in NXT against the Revival, now known as FTR. So we're doing all the callbacks, going in and out, doing all the things. This was awesome. I loved this. I thought this was so good. These 4 worked very well together. Everyone that always talks crap about Grayson Waller in the ring. Grayson Waller, he did his part tonight. He made his opponents look good. He did his stuff right. And yeah, I loved this match. I thought this was such a good match, and they did the thing. They finally put those tag titles on Ciampa and Gargano. DIY, new tag team champions. The 2 posed in the aisle with pyro going off behind them. And then we cut to our final thing in the night. Like a 2-minute Bloodline vignette. We get a Bloodline vignette. Solo Sikoa talked about how he was the tribal chief. Solo said that he is the tribal chief now. And Sikoa challenged Roman to take the title from him. Shocker of shockers right there. He literally told Roman, come take it from me. Sikoa said that he is coming for Cody Rhodes, and Cody will acknowledge him. The show then ended with the new Bloodline posing. And here's my issue with this, though. My issue is that since last November, Solo's not won a singles match. So why should we think that he is at all going to be a threat to Cody? At all. He's like 0-30 something. So it's like, I get it. They're trying to push Solo as this big main event heel. Trying to push him as a huge threat. But give him some goddamn wins. Throw him in a SmackDown main event every other week or once every 3 weeks. Give him a win. Even if he's got Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Jacob helping him. Give him some wins. Because then it shows either A, he can win on his own, or B, he's a very viable threat because he's, just like Roman did, got help from the family at all times. So Solo being a threat to Cody in the championship doesn't work for me right now. You got to rehab Solo. They really need to rehab Solo. And according to Dave Meltzer a week ago, he had stated that right now the plan is for Cody versus Solo to main event SummerSlam. What? I think the main event of SummerSlam should be Gunther challenging for that World Heavyweight Championship and the crowd going nuts when we see Gunther win that title at the end of the show. That's what I would close SummerSlam with. not Cody and Solo, unless you're only main eventing Cody and Solo for Roman's return at the end of the night. If Roman is not returning at SummerSlam, do not give me Cody and Solo in the main event of SummerSlam in Cleveland. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all as the main event. But with that, that was Friday Night SmackDown. That was the show that we got tonight. Pretty good show. Good go-home show. Building up tomorrow's show from the Scotiabank Arena, the same building tonight, Toronto, Canada. Trish Stratus going to be hosting the show tomorrow. Elite says he has the most wins on SmackDown. Full of crap. Let's pull up his cage match. Pull this up on the screen to show you. Show me when's the last time Solo Sikoa won a match. A singles match on television especially. So let's do this. Hold on. We've got... Here we go. Pull this up here. Why is this not showing me the right stuff? There it is. So it's like, okay, Solo won a match here against Kevin Owens. Won. But has lost to Cody. Then he lost this match in a 6-man tag. And I'm only looking at singles matches on SmackDown. So we go, lost. That's a dark match. That's not a dark match. Lost to Jay by DQ. Bloodline rules. This is on Raw. Lost to Seth Rollins. Dark match. LA Knight defeats Solo Sikoa by DQ, of course, but still a loss. Randy Orton defeats Solo Sikoa. 3-on-2 handicap match. AJ Styles, LA Knight, Randy Orton beat Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. AJ Styles beat Solo Sikoa by DQ, but still. LA Knight and Randy Orton beat the Bloodline. LA Knight beat Solo Sikoa. There's one win. Solo beat AJ, but then Jay beat Solo there. Solo beat Sheamus by referee's decision. Okay, so there's 2 or 3 wins so far. We're going all the way back to April now. No DQ, Solo Sikoa, Matt Riddle. Okay, there's another one. I should be writing these down. Going back, SmackDown to dark match. Solo beat Sami Zayn back in March. Go to the next page. Kevin Owens beat Solo Sikoa. No contest. Solo beat Sheamus there. Okay. Solo beat Elias. Now we're going back to 2023. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, see, we're missing something here. It skipped way more pages than it wanted. Oh, no, it didn't. Hold on. Hold the phone. Yeah, see, okay. So I'm just looking since the John Cena match. So when was the John Cena match? Let me see. When was the John Cena match? We're gonna tabulate this. So, where's Fastlane? John Cena match. Solo Sikoa beat John Cena. Can I? Give me 1 second. We're going to put some numbers on the screen. All right, hold on. We're going to do this right here. We're gonna tabulate this. Wins and losses of Solo Sikoa. Don't tell me he's got more wins than anybody on SmackDown, because that ain't right. All right. We're gonna since the John Cena match. And these are, I'll do Raw and SmackDown, singles, non-singles, whatever. So the John Cena match was here. We'll give Solo since that. So we're gonna go Crown Jewel. Loss. We're gonna go ticker style. So hold on. Whoop. That didn't work right. All right. 1. Lost in the tag match there. AJ Styles defeats Solo. Lost in a handicap match. Lost to Randy Orton. Lost to LA Knight. Lost to Seth Rollins. Lost to Jey Uso. Lost to 6-man. Beat Kevin Owens. Lost to Cody Rhodes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses and 1 win on television. On television since last November. 9 losses and 1 win. Tell me, how is that? Tell me, how is that the most wins on SmackDown? Tell me. Can you? No, you can't. You're trying to tell me here Internet Wrestling Database record match is better? No, they're not. Cage matches. Okay, you want to go IWD? Let's check it. I will show you. They're the exact same. Because you're wrong, now you're trying to Pro Fight DB. That's Internet Wrestling Database. We're going to go Solo Sikoa. You're going to have the exact same. Watch this. Let's go back to here. Let's do this. Change the color because they got different color. Change the color to black. Let's do this again then. Let's do this again then if you say that they're different. But where's Fastlane? And I'm only doing televised matches because most people don't know the whole, oh, they won this on the pay-per-view. They won that on the pay-per-view. Crown Jewel. So Solo beat John Cena. Since then, Friday Night SmackDown, tribute to the troops, lost. Friday Night SmackDown, lost to AJ Styles. Friday Night SmackDown, lost to AJ Styles. Friday Night SmackDown, lost a handicap match. Friday Night SmackDown, lost to Randy Orton. Friday Night SmackDown, lost to LA Knight. Friday Night SmackDown, lost to no, it's a dark match. That's a dark match. We're not going to count that. Keep going. Raw, lost to Seth Rollins. SmackDown, lost to Jey Uso. SmackDown, lost to Jey Uso. Backlash. I didn't count that one on the other one, but we'll count it here. 1. SmackDown. Lost a 6-man tag. SmackDown. Beat Kevin Owens. Lost to Cody Rhodes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's actually more losses. So no, your Pro Fight DB Internet Wrestling Database was not better. It actually was worse for Solo. I must have missed something on the other one, but yeah. So don't try to tell me, Solo got the... I'll read your comment verbatim. Who has the most... Oh, so you were asking who has the most wins on SmackDown. I don't know, but it's not Solo. Solo needs to be rehabbed bad before I think he should challenge Cody. Because no one's going to care. No one's going to care at all. So, James Beasley says, what if Roman returns that Money in the Bank? Ain't happening. There's no way Roman returns tomorrow. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I would put 99% no. But with that, let's get this Twitch poll going really fast. We can see what you guys thought of the show. What did you think of SmackDown? Ooh, there's a C in SmackDown. I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. That poll is live on Twitch now. Check that out as we go and refresh all the other polls. We got the Threads poll. We've got the YouTube community poll. As far as the Threads poll does go, 50% liked it, 50% didn't. Looking over at Twitter X, 81% liked the show, 14% thought it was just all right, and 4% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube community poll, pretty close, same. 81% liked it, 14% thought it was just all right, and 5% didn't like the show. And some of the comments here says, DIY, new tag team champions. Great. Julia's NXT debut date needs to be decided by Julia's NXT vignette. What vignette? There has been no Julia vignette. And I'm going to say right now, I'm not trying to talk shit or anything. Fightful was wrong. They said that Julia was going to work Heat Wave this week against Roxanne. Didn't happen. So now they go out with another report trying to cover themselves and say, oh, well, she's expected at the next PLE. But we don't know when that is. Just saying. And then I have no clue what this is. Translate in English says advertisements on YouTube are increasingly rampant. Okay, that's not on me. YouTube plays the advertisements when they play the advertisements. Finally, the YouTube live poll, 89% liked the show, 8% thought it was just all right, and 4% didn't like it. Finally, everybody that voted on Twitch liked Smackdown. So with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, we will be back live tomorrow following WWE Money in the Bank, and then we'll be live again on Sunday following WWE NXT Heat Wave. We got 2 WWE Premium live events this weekend. We're going to recap them both, so we'll see you back live all weekend. Have a good one, guys.